Hi, welcome to another video. So in my last Traycer video, I showed you the new Traycer Desktop app and how it gives all your coding agents one shared workspace. And ever since that video, one question kept coming up in the comments again and again. If agents can talk to each other inside Traycer, can I make one smart agent the boss and let the cheap agents do all the heavy lifting? And the answer is yes. That is exactly what we are doing today. In this video, I'm going to set up Claude Fable 5 as the master agent inside Traycer and let it orchestrate a team of cheaper agents. Codex agents for implementation and GLM 5.2, Kimi K2.7, and Qwen agents as the budget workers for the grunt work. The idea is simple. Fable is the smartest model you can use right now, but it is also one of the most expensive. If you let Fable write every single line of code, read every file, run every test, and fix every typo, you are burning premium tokens on work that a model at 1/10 of the price can do just fine. But if Fable only does the thinking, the planning, the delegation, and the final review, and the cheap models do the typing, then you get close to Fable-level results at a fraction of the cost. You're basically paying for one senior engineer and a team of juniors instead of paying senior rates for everything. So let's get right into it. First, a quick recap for anyone who missed the last video. Traycer Desktop is a free and open source app that acts as a shared workspace for all your coding agents. You bring your own subscriptions, so Claude Code, Codex, OpenCode, and any CLI-based agent can all work inside the same task. And the key feature for today is agent-to-agent communication. Inside a task, an agent can create child agents, send them instructions, wait for their replies, read their transcripts, and coordinate the whole thing. It's basically like giving your agents walkie-talkies and an org chart. So, instead of you manually copying context between 5 different chat windows, you tell one agent what you want, and that agent manages the others. That one agent is going to be Fable. Also, just so you know, their app is fully open source and free, as long as you use your own models and subscriptions. So, there's no upfront fee or anything, and it's open source, so you can audit the source code yourself. Now, let me show you the setup. First, download the Traycer Desktop app from traycer.ai. Open it, pick your project folder, and you're in. Next, we need to connect our agents. For Fable, I'm using Claude Code. If you have a Claude subscription, Traycer picks it up directly, and you can select Fable 5 as the model. This is our master. For Codex, same thing. If you have a ChatGPT subscription, connect Codex, and it becomes one of our implementation agents. And this is already a nice cost trick, because a lot of you are already paying for both subscriptions anyway. You might as well squeeze both of them instead of hammering only the expensive one. Now, for the budget team. GLM, Kimi, and Qwen are all built into Traycer. So just make sure that you have it all configured in your local machine, and it will all just start showing here. It's really seamless. For GLM, you'll probably need to have it configured in OpenCode in order to use it, and that's the whole setup. 5 agents in one workspace. Fable as the brain, Codex as the strong implementer, and GLM, Kimi, and Qwen as the budget workers. Now, let's actually run this thing. I'm going to use my movie tracker app again, because you guys know it by now, and the feature we're building is a proper stats page. Watch time totals, genre breakdown charts, streaks, most watched actors, that kind of thing. It touches the data layer, multiple components, and needs tests, so it's a perfect multi-agent task. I'll create a new task in Traycer called Add Stats Page, and I'll start one chat with Claude Code running Fable 5. And this first prompt is the most important part of the whole video, so let me read it out. You are the orchestrator for this task. Do not write implementation code yourself. First, inspect the repo and create a plan broken into independent work items. Then delegate each item to child agents. Use the Codex agent for the data aggregation logic, since it's the trickiest part. Use the GLM worker for the UI components. Use the Kimi worker for the tests. Use the Qwen worker for docs and smaller cleanup items. After each child agent finishes, review their diff yourself. If something is wrong, send it back to that agent with specific fix instructions. Only report done to me when the full feature passes your review. So notice what we're doing here. We are explicitly telling Fable to not code. Its job is to read, think, split, delegate, and judge. That's where a frontier model actually earns its price tag. Let's send it and see. Okay, so Fable starts by exploring the repo. It reads the routing, the storage layer, the existing components. Then it produces a plan with the work items, a stats aggregation module, the stats page UI with the charts, the tests, and a small refactor of the storage helpers. And now watch this. It starts spawning child agents inside the same task. You can see in the chat tree that it created a Codex child agent and handed it the aggregation module with the exact files to touch and the acceptance criteria. Then it spins up the GLM worker for the UI, and the Kimi worker gets the test spec, and they're all working in parallel. One is doing one thing, the other is doing another, and Fable is just sitting there like a tech lead, waiting for pull requests. This parallel part matters more than you'd think. Normally, agent work is serial. You wait for one thing to finish before you start the next. Here, the aggregation logic, the UI, and the test scaffolding are all being written at the same time by 3 different models on 3 different subscriptions. The cheap models are good at writing code, but they're weaker at judging their own code. Fable is an extremely good reviewer, so the cheap model does the typing, and the expensive model does the quality control. Each model is doing the thing it's actually best at. After a couple of these review loops, everything passes. Fable posts a summary of what was built, which agent did what, and what it fixed along the way. Then I open the Git diff panel in Traycer and look through the changes myself, because you should always do that, no matter how fancy the orchestration is. And the feature works, the stats page loads, the charts render, empty states are handled, and the tests pass. Now, let's talk about the part you're all here for, the cost. If I had run this entire feature on Fable alone, every file read, every implementation attempt, every test run would have gone through Anthropic's most expensive model. On API pricing, a feature like this can easily eat several dollars of tokens, and on a subscription, it eats into your limits really fast. Ever since the top-tier plans started getting tighter limits, this matters even more. In this run, Fable only spent tokens on planning, delegation messages, and diff reviews. That's a small fraction of the total tokens. The bulk of the tokens, all the file editing and iteration, went through GLM, Kimi, and Qwen, which costs somewhere between 5 and 15 times less, depending on the model. And Codex came out of a subscription I'm already paying for anyway. So, rough numbers from my testing. The orchestrated run used about 1/4 of the premium tokens compared to letting Fable do everything solo. And the result was honestly as good and in one way better, because the independent review loop caught issues that a single agent run tends to just ship, which is just amazing, to be honest. Better results and a much smaller bill. Now, a few practical tips before you try this. First, keep the master prompt strict. If you don't explicitly tell Fable to not implement, it will sometimes get impatient and just write the code itself, and there goes your savings. Tell it clearly. You plan, you delegate, you review, you do not code. Second, match the worker to the job. From my testing, Codex is the one I trust with the gnarliest logic. GLM 5.2 is really strong for UI and general app code. Kimi is great for tests and long repetitive work, and Qwen is perfect for docs, renames, and cleanup. Don't send the hardest problem to the cheapest model and then blame the workflow. Third, keep the review loop on. The whole magic is that Fable checks the work. If you skip the review step to save even more tokens, you're just using cheap models with extra steps. And fourth, remember that Traycer doesn't delete the limits of your underlying tools. Each agent still has its own rate limits and quotas. Traycer just organizes them. Also, free and cheap endpoints can have data policies that differ from Anthropic's, so don't route sensitive company code through them without checking. One more thing. If your feature is bigger than a single task, this whole approach combines really well with Epic mode. You let Traycer build the specs and tickets first, and then Fable orchestrates the workers ticket by ticket. That's basically a full AI engineering team with a project manager, a tech lead, and juniors. I might do a dedicated video on that if you guys want it, so let me know in the comments. So, that's the workflow. One frontier brain, several budget hands, and Traycer as the shared office they all sit in. If you ask me, this is where AI coding is clearly heading. The debate about which single model is best matters less and less, because the real answer is a team of models, each doing what it's best at, with the expensive one only doing what actually requires it. And the fact that you can set this up today with a free open source app and subscriptions half of you already have is pretty amazing. Overall, it's pretty cool. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you liked this video, consider donating through the super thanks option or becoming a member by clicking the join button. Also, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, bye.